Hello and welcome back to Beyond Measure Homestead. I wanted to give you a quick update on what the land looks like. I do have to leave town here coming up for a week, but we ran down the day before I had to leave to kind of take a peek at things. And as you can see, they're making some progress around the elevation around the home. Last time we showed some waterproofing, and it looks like they've brought the soil up to that level where that black waterproofing had been. And along with that, they're going through and kind of pushing out some of the landscaping. Sorry, that was a bit quick. And looks like so they've got the front porch filled in, the garage space filled in. They've got gravel now in the basement. And there's just another view of that, what's shown here. So that's before I leave. So I'll give you a touch back in when I get back from my trip and show you the rest. Well, I'm out of town for 1 week, and the weeds have taken over the pond. The outside little patch here is getting overrun with weeds. And whatever squash that was, looks like a winter squash, fed its way through the tomatoes, through the fence here they put up. They're finding its way to run into the yard. Let's go around and see what else has happened. The tomatoes, I told you, in a few weeks would be over that trellis we built, and sure enough, they're already a couple feet over. Incredible. Always happens when we leave in the summer, that things just pop when we're gone. Got some damage here. It looks like that tomatoes broke away from its stake I had. It's fallen off into the middle. That one there in the middle is where the deer had messed with it and broke it off, kind of, and it keeps falling over. The squash have just gone insane. You can see the flowers are all coming in. My daughter's already picked a gallon or so of green beans. Look like some more to be picked down there. And look at these squash. I mean, they're as high as my stakes. It's got to be 3 feet tall, almost to the side of the fence. They've doubled in size since I left. So I have a lot of work to get done to try to get this cleaned up today. I don't think I've seen any ripe tomatoes yet. Everything still looks green. So that's disappointing. I was hoping for some cherry tomatoes when I got back. But it is what it is. I better get busy and clean all this up. Okay, well that took me most of the afternoon to get through, but I did bring in a couple gallons of green beans and some more summer squash. So excited to have something to put away. And now let's get back and see what the property looks like. As you can see real quickly from the pictures, there's some lumber on site, which was excited to see. Jen went down with the kids while I was gone and got some pictures here. And looks like they finished off some landscaping, moving out to the backyard. And so we'll come across here with a slow motion and just get a better view of what's going on. So that's the front yard, and they've graded that now after they've brought, last time I think I showed you, they brought it up to the water sealant, and now they've graded more of that front yard. Looks like they're staging some lumber around. I don't know if they've graveled a little bit more in here into the garage area that we're panning through. But it looks like they're definitely coming through and putting some kind of form or backing up around the exterior foundation. Let's see here, that's coming up into the front porch area that they're staging some of that lumber in. I think it's a sill plate that they've put across there in the inner wall with the foundation. And what else is happening here? They've moved across and put in some steel beams and steel columns that are now dug into the foundation. There's gravel in the basement here as well. I think they've topped off more of that from last time. And they've got a couple of the beams running back and forth across the main expanse of the property. Yeah, it looks definitely like there's some sill plates there coming around the inner wall. For the foundation itself, I don't see too much else there other than supporting those beams. I would assume they poured the columns into the ground there and they just covered it back up with gravel. There was some more structure there. Again, I'm not really big on construction. I've never done this before, so I'm not sure what that kind of 10-inch to 12-inch backing is against the sill plate. I'm going to walk out of the garage here and go across there from the front and just show you some of the elevation. I'm not sure it's coming through in the video or not, but it's got a gradual slope coming off the front of the house here, which we should have. And then coming around the back northwest corner, this would be. So yeah, they've graded this all down out into our kind of skinny little pasture area we have here to the front of the house. So that'll be the front corner, and the view kind of from the front porch. We come back around here, and yeah, they've graded all this down to kind of make this mound and sloping now to get into the walkout basement. This looks nice. They have matched there. You can see the black is covered up now, so the waterproofing. The soil's coming up to that level. That'll be the window to the bottom bedroom there on the right. And looks like they've got some framing done in for the back door and for the window that'll be here in the walkout section. So that's really cool to see. They've actually started to put in some framing and see some lumber around the property. Here's a closer up view of what they've framed in here for us for that window and walkout door to the basement. Very cool. I'll come around here and show you the grading they're doing here in the back end. Again, it matched where that waterproofing was. You can still see some of that black there a little bit. But this will be the walk up then from the northeast corner up across the backyard. It's going to be a decent little slope, but not too bad, I bet. And then we'll come up here, and then that'll be the walk up to the covered patio. That's that outer concrete frame you're seeing here with the gravel inside right there. So that'll be, I forget if it's like a 16 by 14 square patio that we'll have coming out of the house. And that ties in here to the basement section now. So this will again be the theater room, potentially a golf simulator room, if I ever get to treat myself to that. But we are building the basement there with the slope to account for the extra ceiling height needed to swing some clubs down there. So I am kind of excited to do that when the time comes. And again, more sloping there. It's more gradual going out to the south there, it looks like. And then a little steeper here going to the east. So I always like to see this view. You might be getting tired of it, but I love it because that's going to be the view we see from the back of the house with the big bay window that we get put up. And when we sit on the back patio, it's just going to be awesome to have that view. So thank you for tuning in again, checking in with us. We appreciate it. Encourage you, please subscribe if you haven't. It helps our channel. But we're really here just to update everybody and let's see what's going on. So we're excited. Things are really taking off now, and we appreciate you guys tuning in. And as always, thank you and God bless.